I thought that was a great guess. Fuck.
I barely made it to the city to charge it.
It wasn't me.
Oh my god, that fucks me up.
I was hoping and praying I made it down to
It was probably Barrick. It was probably Barrick.
That shit was dead.
I don't know what it is, but I didn't.
So T's not here. T's not here. O's not here. O's not here.
Hey, Fub, I have a question.
Oh, see,
Yeah, what's up?
If I like take my phone out
I
like
didn't
that
do
and
it.
I'm recording,
Actually,
you know,
I probably
can
did
this
do
be
that.
used?
I do remember seeing the car. Like,
We have equipment to have in the field that we should be using. We have a camera. I have
Yeah, the
used my
thing
phone
is-
in the field,
Yeah,
but
Look at when I use my camera, what it does. Nothing. Like,
You did charge it.
I mean,
Like,
it's equipment that you should be using. So make sure you are using your camera.
Preparing myself to have to
Okay.
call a fucking tow truck to take it to a charging station.
At least you didn't have to walk, right?
Malton wanted to know if he could be in the meeting. I said I wouldn't say yes.
I charged him with attempted murder
I
of
mean,
a
I don't
government
have a problem
employee.
with it.
No issue. Yeah.
He's been telling me that
I just wanted to ask first.
that shouldn't stay because
there's 4
he told us he's going to kill that he's going to kill us like a while ago.
One in Sandy and one in Polito.
That's true. There's not.
I mean,
I stood up in my
Come on.
He-
All right,
he-
best off.
he-
Take a seat, guys. Let's get it going.
He pulled out a knife. So
Oh, food. Thank you so much. Whoever brings food to the meetings, you are one wonderful person. I appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you.
Strawberry donuts.
Looks at Chastity.
Thank you,
Alright.
Chastity.
Indeed. Thank you, Chastity. How's everybody doing today? Tonight.
Great.
doing good, Cap.
Good.
How are you?
All right. I'm doing all right. I'm gonna run down some quick announcements. I'm sure most of you have read them, but gonna quickly top them off here. The change to disciplinary action point system. Right. We are doing a change. Some concerns and recommendations were brought to High Command about the DAP system.
Hey.
We did see some
That's
need for change.
not the
and we
word
made
that
a
I
change. If further change is needed down the line, we'll address it at that point. Small changes at a time. What we have right now, before, was that all DAPs lasted 60 days. We are now changing it to minor violations lasting 30 days, moderate and major violations dropping off after 60 days. So those two didn't change, but under minor violations, which is generally going to be a 1 and 2 point DAP, are going to drop off after 30 days. This is taking place from the 25th, which is today. So any DAPs prior to this are not adapted to the system. So any minor violations from here on will be a 30-day violation. Any questions on that?
Negative, sir.
No, sir.
All right. We updated. There was an announcement for the new PD legislation. It's not into effect yet, but that was just updated with the what we believe to be final draft or the current draft of it before it's pushed through. If you want to read up on that, you can do that as well. PD motorcycles. I know this was added the other, I believe yesterday. What was it? Flex. My days are mending at this point.
Correct. Yeah.
Added yesterday. All you need is permission from a senior. Make sure you wear a helmet. Look at the rules that we have set forth. Make sure you're not primary in pursuits. If you are, either break off of them or, within a reasonable amount of time, break off of them. You don't want them backing up and hitting you, as well as if you're chasing a vehicle, you should do your best to parallel, right? You should be the one looking to spike vehicles. You should be the one ensuring you're going to keep eyes on a vehicle if it does something extremely dangerous, jumping, any case like that.
Motors back.
The only exception to all this is if you're chasing a motorcycle itself. At that point, you can be primary on the chase, keep comms, whatever you got to do. What we do need, though, if anybody's taking this out, this is a requirement. If you're taking it out right now, the manufacturers need feedback on this. We have a report up, 2741. I've seen the motorcycle out several times, and there is nothing in that report. It needs to be filled out. We're not looking for some novel added to that, but we are looking for feedback. How it handles, how it felt, how it did against other bikes, cars, whatever the case may be. Give us a quick rundown how the shift went. Okay, has anybody taken the bike out?
I know Kit had it on shift 2, but I don't know if they're...
It's good. The only thing that's bad about it right now is just a top acceleration is at 90 miles an hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
Top speed, 90?
Yeah. top speed.
Yeah, and that's the kind of feedback that we need in that report, so we can take it to the manufacturers and get it worked on. Okay. Good. ISO. I'm sure you all heard of ISO. This was added a couple days ago. There's a yay or nay vote going on right now. React to the one that you are.
Oh, we should show them this.
Show them what?
The song.
The video, the song.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, who's got? Yeah, a link to the song. Let me find it.
I can play it, Captain. I think.
Please, I would love to hear this. Come on.
Yes.
All I'm saying is, if your body starts moving to the music, that means you understand it.
So you're saying I don't understand if my body don't move?
It'll speak to you.
What the? I took 1 day off. What the hell did I miss? Oh,
What's going on here? Can't you see we're having a meeting?
Do you have legendary
try the
hero?
streamable if you
What
can.
about it?
Give us triple 7 draws. +5 legendary heroes.
whoa! A zombie game.
Good movie.
Wait! Why are you so generous?
That's because you're playing their real zombie
No!
survival games. Take
No!
those
Hashtag
Honest
ad!
players download the
Hashtag
game
ad!
That is a
They'll get
slander
triple
campaign
7
if I ever
draws
heard
for
one.
free. Plus, you
Only
can enter the gift
Americans
code.
who
That's
sell
right.
medicine.
And you'll get the greatest hero, Lucky, who will help you unlock all the dangerous zones in 5 minutes. And
America!
even more legendary heroes. And
Yeah,
you
it's
can
almost
get
over. It's
numerous
around.
survivor resources
almost over.
to
Just leave
upgrade
it.
your
Oh my
shelter.
goodness. Oh my
Scroll
goodness.
down
Would
and
you
download
like me to
this
put a
real
photo
zombie
up until we
survival
get the
game.
other,
Go
thing?
get your triple
No,
7
no,
draws
come on.
now!
Of survival. Play now.
Holy.
Wow, Adobe
Wait, now
is
what?
so cool.
Ah, fuck.
Drinking warm water before
Oh,
bed
hell no.
resets blood sugar levels and eliminates type 2. Thousands of people are apparently regaining control of their
Stand by.
I'm not even.
What? Come on, Flop.
What do you
My
mean?
ears.
I got a second ad.
Girl,
What do you
I
mean?
had 2 minutes
Oh,
of them.
did you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I had a
okay.
second ad. Hold on.
Try the streamable. Try the streamable.
Well, let me
Wait,
see if I
you
can
guys
find
are
it. Stand
watching
by.
I had a 2-minute 30-second ad. What the hell?
Oh,
You guys had
my
ads?
my ad was over in like 15.
What?
It's for like a backpack or something with like.
I didn't realize that we didn't play at the same time for all of us.
All right, I got it.
Do you though?
I think so.
It's not playing for me. It says error has occurred.
Anybody else not hear it?
I can hear it, but it's very loud.
Nothing going on for me.
45,001 for a vaccine that's serene. Standards high across the land and save improving life for you and me. 14,001 keeping their clean. 45,001 for a vaccine that's serene. ISO, ISO, setting the pace. All my standards they embrace. From tech to healing and all between. Making me global scene. On the lab with 15 to sound for 89. Precision is key. Currency code for 217. For the money 82600 updating bone dates and times keep straight.
This is unbelievable.
Codes that communicate 3166 countries on the map 22 and 252. Fair market research ramps sustainable moves 522 cent 400 in hand. ISO across the globe they roam, setting the standards in every home, improving quality, efficiency, and care. ISO is everywhere.
No, I was gonna change the limit
Oh, I got something good though.
to something good. I think.
It's good. It's good. Trust. This is insane.
Wow, what a song. ISO.
That was really good.
So,
Very good time with my ears.
your voice, your vote, you matter, okay? You choose if you want ISO to be the main standard within the Los Santos Police Department.
Yep.
We left it to everybody to decide. So make sure you check the announcement and click yay or nay.
Stay firm.
All right. You got anything else, Lex, here?
Just make sure y'all are going through all the announcements. Make sure if you miss the announcements, go through all of them. There's a lot of information, especially if you haven't been on duty the past few days. A lot can change, so always make sure you check announcements.
Could I ask a question on that?
Mm-hmm.
I know a while ago we had a hard time finding, or I guess older announcements. They wouldn't recover. Is there a chance we can see older announcements as well, or do they still fall off when you look them up?
Can you search reports by announcements?
I believe you can. I know for a minute there we would lose some of the previous announcements we would have. We couldn't search them up.
Right. So what was happening was they were getting removed from announcements, so they were taking off the clipboard.
Yeah.
I believe it's going to show the last 30 or 40, and we talked about that. We're no longer going to be removing announcements.
Okay.
Unless it's no longer relevant or changed, we're going to be leaving announcements. So it should only show the most recent 30 announcements, and then you should be able to search them. However, can anybody who's the officer rank or PPO check under reports right now?
Let me check.
And see if you are able to look under advanced search and see if you can search announcements.
Yep, we can now.
You can. Beautiful. Okay. So, yeah, you should be able to look at all past announcements from when we spoke about that, which was a couple weeks ago now. Again, unless they're no longer relevant or incorrect information, that's why we're moving from announcements.
That was beautiful.
EMS and never mind. I'm done.
Obviously, yeah, last night or yesterday, Saturday night, there was a city council meeting. Myself and Captain Turner were present. So was Dakota and Lance Moulton here too from the city council. So if you have any questions about that, I'm more than happy to answer them rapid fire as far as what transpired. But obviously, the PD legislation is out there. It's been passed 5-3, but it's not been signed. So, any questions about that or how the meeting went? Anything y'all, not sure anything about?
How'd it go, Cap?
I thought it went well.
I do have one actually.
Go ahead.
At the end, it says it's a sunset clause. Does that mean when Mr. Max finishes mayoralship, that the legislation ends?
Correct.
Okay. And what does that mean then? It's going to return to what it was?
Well, Malton, can you speak on that? How the sunset clause would actually affect it? Would the commissioner role be abolished? How would that work?
I mean, just by a legal definition, a sunset clause is like an automatic exit date, right? So, assuming nothing happens, right? Assuming this isn't like that clause isn't removed or extended or something like that. Once that clause hits, it's whatever the status quo was before it was passed. So, in my mind, just delete it from the legislation tab on that day, and there you go. Right?
Does that mean the positions it generates are removed as well?
I would agree with that interpretation, but I would leave
that was my question.
To the state as the ultimate arbiter to decide. But under my understanding of what a sunset clause is, yes, if this document creates a commissioner role, then by this document being deleted, that role should be deleted as well.
Damn, wait, how long does Max have? Maybe we'll be commissioner for a month just for funsies.
And there's the answer. Appreciate it there, Malton.
Damn, I'm more inclined now. Don't let me keep my position. Let me just have the title for a little bit.
This is something that the mayor believes in, and it's supposed to help the police department. Like I've told Captain Turner and Captain Ruth, the way I feel about it is if there's somebody that can provide some feedback to make us better, why not?
Instead of buying the bag of Coke, just do a line,
However,
right?
As long as they show respect.
It ends quickly.
People coming here to the PD and shitting on what we do will not be tolerated. Disrespectful attitude or mistreating of officers within the police department will not be tolerated. We're here to grow, we're here to learn, and we have that growth mindset so we can get better. And I'm all for that. So you might see folks with a pen and paper coming down to Mission PD. And Mr. Malton, if you could come up here and kind of explain what kind of thought process you have as far as what y'all are recommending to happen, so the rest of the PD can have a kind of understanding as far as what could happen.
Sure. I'll say a few words. Keep in mind, this is not something that's like set in stone. Obviously, we're still waiting on final approval from the Fed for it to be pushed to legislation and for confirmation of what the process is. But if you've ever seen Office Space, it's basically the Bobs coming in to give to audit.
That's a good example.
Give a report on what they notice, good or bad. Going to be a group of individuals who come in, and they may use whatever methodology they feel fit, in cooperation with what is agreed with Nakota and the captains. It could include, interviews, looking at raw data, just seeing what they observe around your office here, and cataloging that information and submitting a recommendation based off it. I'm not going to speak for all the investigators because, like I said, the process is not set in stone. But in my opinion, I feel an audit can be good or bad, right? Like someone can come in and say, hey, this system is great. It's on the right track. Like, holy fucking shit, greatest thing since sliced bread. Keep it up. And then, of course, there's the flip side of, well, from an outside perspective, this is kind of what we're seeing, right? And that could be a bad thing as well. That's the main thing I want.
You know what's so interesting about what Malton is saying right now?
May have a lot of negative connotations to it, but it's just meant to get an outside perspective.
So unbelievably
and see what's going on,
different,
good or bad.
So
yes,
polar
the
opposite.
Yeah, if you're talking about bringing the Bobs in, does that include, the firing part?
Okay, I'd like to clarify that. So at the end of the day, it is going to be an observe and report. What may after the Bobs come in. Obviously that's something that may come before the council, the mayor's office, with the captains, right? I don't want to look that far into the future, but as far as the process is merely observing, cataloging the data and reporting on that data, and possibly giving a recommendation based off of the data. What the ultimate authority does with that data, that's a bridge that's going to have to cross when it comes up. But the individuals who are coming in and asking like questions or looking at things, they will not have the authority to dictate what happens around here or to give demands, right? They're merely there to gather information. That is their purpose.
Are they going to be privy to report details?
I would advocate for no for that, if I could be honest. But if I could be honest, that's a TBD. I would encourage I think that's more of a private conversation between like the captains, Nakota, and the mayor's office. But I do not think that these auditors need all levels access.
Okay.
That is just my opinion, though. I'm not the decider on that, or part of those conversations, most likely.
All right. Any other questions for Mr. Lance Moulton? Thank you.
All right. One last thing I'd like to say while I'm up here. Obviously, I am head of the bar, which is a fancy title for head of the lawyers. I'm not sure if you all know about this, but there is a DOJ report 2609. It's titled DOJ Feedback. Essentially, I'm always welcome to take complaints from officers about the DOJ system in general or specific lawyers. However, I also understand that shift 3 is my least active shift. Sometimes you won't be able to get a hold of me, or you could always text me, right? You
This
could
is
always
interesting.
Send me
I don't know.
information if you want that way. But for those who do want to get their feedback on paper, you're more than welcome to fill out this form. You could put your name if you want to be asked questions later, or it could be completely anonymous. But this is just a form for general feedback on the DOJ, and it is something that I look at every time I clock on duty for my head of bar duties.
Appreciate it.
Is this also intended to be positive and negative feedback? I'm assuming?
It could be positive or negative. Obviously, I've always had.
What's DOJ?
I've
Department of
always had an
Justice.
opinion you know, we don't know about problems until you know, we know about them. You know, we can't fix problems we don't know about. Sorry, there we go. So this is mainly for, you know, to flag up problems or pressure points that you know, I could flag up to Crane, or I could work with Crane on solving. However, positive feedback is always welcome as well, because if a system is good, that's a system that we want to either not touch at all or try to replicate across other functions within the DOJ. The only thing I'll ask that you all keep in mind with what you put on here is, as stated, this is a DOJ document. That means everyone within the DOJ can see it. You know, if you're wanting to write a specific complaint about a specific lawyer on there, hey, I mean, that's within your purview. But the feedback form is meant to be about the DOJ as a whole, or pressure points within the DOJ as a whole. I ask if you have a specific
Oh my
complaint
God,
about a specific lawyer,
I could buy a
specific
panini
judge,
press?
or a specific incident. You know, you flag that up with myself or Crane directly.
Listen,
but, if, for example, you think you know, there's been a lot of dog shit lawyers lately who don't know how to conduct themselves on like an institutional level, you know, that's the kind of feedback that can go in there.
I do not need a panini press,
you
but
know,
I want
lawyers
one.
are pitching a fit in the cells, and it's not just one of them, you know, that's the kind of stuff that can go in there. You know, it's basically a feedback form.
You could, but should you? Absolutely not.
Or things that
oh
we're
my
doing
God,
well,
I want this.
So we could either correct those or
I have no
replicate
space
good
for this
results.
fucking thing.
Thank you.
Thank you. And one question, just I've had a few people recently come up to me, ask me about lawyers, kind of off topic here. How does somebody go about getting hired as a lawyer? Where do they start that process?
So I will I guess let me make sure I'm speaking to this microphone.
It's
here.
so specific and useless. I agree with you. I agree. This is my hot take of the century. Any appliance with literally one intended purpose, I feel like if it has one too specific of a purpose,
is important. You know, if
you probably don't need it. Not all the time, but most of the time.
And they are you know, putting in the time as a legal aid. You know, they're trying to do.
I will say though, panini press is kind of cool.
So we can get Crane to hire him. However, at the end of the day, these are people that the DOJ are going to be working with, and you all as police are going to be working with. I'm not saying that it has to be like a full-on letter of recommendation, but in my vision of the DOJ that I'm trying to impart compared to past versions is it's not just about your legal knowledge. It's about how well you interface as a person with other people and factions, right? So if you got someone who you think might be a good lawyer and they're schmoozing, you know, with the right people, and you think that's great, then just recommend them. I guess, sorry, as a long-winded way to answer your question, Captain Turner, if you think someone would make a good lawyer, you just got to recommend them to us, and we keep that noted. And obviously, a police recommendation goes all the way. If someone's asking to become a lawyer and they come to me, apart from experience, I say get a recommendation from a current lawyer, get a recommendation from a judge, and get a recommendation from 2 members of PD, because those are the 3 groups of people you're going to be working with the most.
That's fair.
So as to what someone wants to do to become a lawyer, they got to get recommendations, and it's to whatever standards you all feel as police are appropriate. You know, if I got, you know, complete fuck-ups who are recommending people to become lawyers, probably not going to respect that. But if they go out of their way to get a recommendation from a captain or a
do you think Cornwood should return?
Or someone who I know to conduct themselves very well within the DOJ professionally and the court of law, then that's a recommendation that's going to go far as well.
All right. Appreciate that.
Yes. With contingency.
You got anything, Lex?
I don't have anything. Anything y'all want to talk about?
I do have something.
Well,
Of course.
it's not black and white.
The gangs and the dossier.
I think what Cornwood did with shooting the guy while he was on the ground is unfortunately frowned upon by the PD.
Good morning, everybody. It's me, Dana. Sorry if I sound like shit. I literally just woke up. But I have something for everybody that I've been working
but
on.
I think that the Brian Knight situation sounds like Cornwood tried to do right, and in good faith tried to work right, and it backfired on him.
Groups and gangs. So what I did was, if you look at report 2733, you'll see a list of groups, and for each group, there's an associated
The thing though, Mystical, is if you're going to
This is
assume
for
that that's a no,
everybody
you're
work
you're
on. It's
put simply
formatted,
wrong.
It's temp-
There's
it's
there's
kinda
more
like a
there's
template
more
style.
to it.
So it's easy and intuitive for everybody to work on if they'd like, and it's
Ooh.
also mostly for information for everybody to be aware of. If you're going to handle that certain group.
Nice.
Obviously, I'm gonna equip everybody, I'm gonna equip all seniors to respond to any of your questions if you have any. If I'm not here, but I also, encourage you to talk to either me or the people involved in, providing information in that report.
What
And this
about-
is for anybody that wants to provide information for it. This is for Cadet Plus. So if you have information, just at least use the formatting. Sorry, and you should be fine. So if you look at the projector behind me, this is all the information that you're going to see compiled in those reports, basically pretty much on the people.
This is so organized.
This
Oh my
is-
god.
And just to show you how easy this is to do, this is mostly information from Yellow Page. And I got information on all of these groups, aside from that little green one at the top and the one grayed out on the right side. These are really easy to gather and just to implement. So if anyone has any questions, just reach out to me or to anyone involved in those.
You're
No,
looking
this
for
looks really good.
motorcycle clubs. They love to advertise in the Yellow Pages. Really
Yep.
easy way to verify.
Not
if you
only
still do
it's not only
that.
motorcycle clubs, trust me.
I know, but they're just the main offenders I've noticed.
Yeah. Are you gonna say something, Gavin?
I was saying this is fantastic. Build on this. Any information you have for these groups, just use these reports. Build on what Dana has. That way our information stays in one area and we can constantly add more to the dossier.
Yeah. Anyone has any questions?
This is very well organized. This is fantastic. Thank you for I guess making this.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, no problem. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other announcements? Anything else y'all want to talk about? By the way, positive things. Good work on that 1090 laundromat robbery. People listen. People are actually paying attention. We're doing a good job of talking to each other and working to when it comes to scene control. Now, at times, you might have a scene like a scene of Buns where folks are not listening. Just gotta be careful when it comes to crossfire. But gotta be careful when things escalate.
Commish Cornwood.
Have that discipline when it comes to the trigger of the gun, and making sure that when you shoot, no other civilians are hurt. Just be careful. Be safe. If there's no other announcements out there, y'all dismiss. Godspeed. Thank you.
Oh, I do want to mention
Thank
one
you.
thing.
Oh,
If you do end up adding information to the reports, at least mark yourself as an officer involved so I can keep track of.
You gonna stick around for a minute?
information and whatnot, too.
Okay,
Yeah, but
perfect.
I
Sure.
was in the middle of a
Okay.
conversation with the captain. So I
Oh,
gotta wrap
I'm
that
I'm
up.
sorry. All right.
No, I'll call you after.
Yeah, all good. Sounds good.
Want to talk?
I'm going back to bed.
Good night.
It's too early for me.
Okay.
Sorry, my.
Can it be not in front of everyone?
Yeah, that's fine. Let's head back to where we were before.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, good
I
job.
gotta
Good
what?
TPO, okay? Howdy,
Cassidy, how you
Cassidy.
doing?
I,
Good, thank you.
I'll be honest. I would think I would need to bring Officer Trigg in for that one. He's a lot more
Hey, Captain
passionate
Turner?
about the topic than I ever. could be.
Yes.
I have a question, but you have a meeting. I'll ask it. If you think this is easier over text to answer, let me know. Duncan asked me if there's no seniors available. I guess late shift 1 into 2. A lot of missing gaps with seniors and captains. If somebody wants to take a motorcycle and there's no senior available, how should they delegate that properly?
I don't want to say free reign. I don't.
I don't
'Cause
either.
It's more in the testing phase right now. It's not. We're
Yeah.
not looking to have him out there 100% of the time. We want people testing him, and we want seniors to be able to keep at least an ear on the radio and see what they're doing. You know,
Definitely.
not going off doing things. So if there's no senior approval, no senior approval.
Gotcha. I told him that it's a privilege and to exhaust every avenue. I even suggested to email a senior, and if one's able to approve it, that's one thing. But if you don't want me to suggest that, I can tell him no on that.
I don't mind if they email him, but frankly, I'd prefer not to. Just keep everything,
Here, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But I'm also not against it. So I just don't want to start telling people, hey, just email senior and you get 10 emails. So
No, definitely. That's fine. Okay. I'll talk to actually I'll probably just text Duncan this way he knows, but That works.
Then again, there's nobody keeping an eye on him at that point.
Actually, when you say that, actually, you are 100% right. I feel like if we're gonna have the responsibility of kind of overseeing it as well,
right?
I think if no one's around, it's just a no-go.
Yeah, I think it's a no-go for the time being.
Okay.
It won't be that way for long, but just during the testing phase right now, yes.
Of course.
Till we have a polished set of rules and SOPs around it, then yeah.
Not a problem. Works for me.
All right. Thank you, Flop.
Yep. Thank you, Cap. Hi, Chastity. Going good. How are you doing?
I'm doing lovely. Thank you very much for asking.
Yeah, you just starting off your day?
Yes, I am. Yes, indeed.
Thank you for getting the food, by the way. I appreciate it.
The snacks? Oh, of course.
Oh,
yeah.
I slow down before the fucking choo-choo train.
I won't say no to a. Actually, I will say no to a snack. I still got a burger. I'm good.
Ooh, okay.
I'm good.
Well, they're here for whenever you need them.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. What?
Absolutely.
What are y'all doing? What did I miss?
Hey, y'all.
Hey, you know, Barrick was in there like Grief and Bayweather about taking Denzel's call sign, and he was saying like, in this month you're gonna do that, and I said, you know what? In this, you're gonna grieve Bay this close to Women's Month.
That's
No.
that's crazy.
And then Lucas asked when his month was, and I said June.
You know what? So I learned to pick my battles in my career. I'm not picking a battle with that one. Good luck. All right, you guys ready for a meeting? I gotta go to a meeting now.
Happy meeting.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh. Hey. Slacks is having a meeting right now, and he texted me and said pass the message to Barrick as well. Oh. Hey, Barrick.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Oh, hey.
Hey. Sorry. We were invited to go to this meeting if we want to go. I said I was going to go. If you want to tag along, you can. It looks like it's Turner, Nakota, Slacks. Who else is over there? I think Malton maybe. And Aldo is there as well.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, let's do it. It's going to be in the little office room just across the way.
Yeah, the records room.
The records room.
He wants to try to work with them, but as far as I'm aware, I don't think anybody's doing.
What's up, Sweeper? How you doing? Oh, sorry.
I don't know if hot guns are still a thing. I would assume.
Come closer, come.
But my general
squeezing over
impression
here.
would be with possession charges, the script is flipped, similar to hot guns. Like if with no other information available, you should press a possession charge because that is extremely straightforward. However, if like as Captain Turner said, there is supporting facts that it's not just a simple they had the possession, then yeah, that's a little more complicated. You know.
Yeah, like for example,
we have 30 days.
If the
we have 30 days to push charges, and we don't want to wait 30 days, but you have that time if you need it.
You do have that time. I will, however, refer all of you. I believe it's in the Bill of Human Privilege now, but double jeopardy is still a thing. So if I mean, once again, this is down to like a policy level. But if you're wanting to investigate just a possession charge, but you got a bunch of other felonies on there, you know, I guess that's kind of like a determination on if you just want to move forward with those felonies and say fuck the possession, or if you want to fully investigate everything and push all the charges really down the line. But once again, that's an institutional question.
What's
and
that,
not one
Sweeper?
that's my place to answer.
I think if it was a cop or a judge or someone who is typically normally upstanding, that should also be taken into context. On is this planted? I'm sure others will agree with me on that.
So if it's a cop or a judge, it goes to the docket, correct? That's our current procedure with that.
Does that also go for EMS as well for docket stuff?
Wouldn't it be government employee?
Yeah, right.
I believe it would be a government employee, right?
Technically, it's not because lawyers do not have that privilege, and they are classified as government employees under certain circumstances.
So only DOJ, and so only judges and cops.
No EMS.
I do not know what the hospital policy is. If you all have something worked out with them, if that's what you're asking, there is nothing written within DOJ law or legislation that says it has to. But if you all have an agreement with them, you know, obviously that would be your baseline.
That's fair. I think we've been going off the assumption government employee, but I didn't know if EMS fell under that, I guess, same clause.
EMS are considered government employees. I will say that much legally.
Okay.
Is there anything else we talk about? Duncan, Moulton, Dakota?
Yeah. Well, hang on, Duncan. Look, you're a little man on the totem pole. No offense, because Dakota said that we had to discuss some council stuff. I know we did before the storm regarding some legislation. So before Duncan, you know, starts on his tangent. Yeah. Do we have anything to talk about specifically with us? You know, regarding.
Well, the seniors are here too as well. If they have any more questions, since obviously, you know, potentially be involved in the process, right? So I've invited folks to ask questions, see how they feel about things, and discuss it. I don't have any more questions, but that's it.
Okay, I mean, for my part, you know, obviously, if things do get signed, I would like to have, if I'm part of the process, obviously, I would like to have another meeting with Nakota and at least one of the other captains to work out details. Like I said, like even though the Bobs may be coming in, it's still your house, and there's still a professionalism and basic human decency that you know, all sides should be provided. So,
is that being awarded now?
What do you mean by that?
Common decency.
I would hope so.
That's good.
All right. Okay. Dakota, anything else you want to bring up?
No, I was really just gonna ask the two of you, Captain Turner and Slacks, if you had anything, like questions that you still had that were lingering from that.
I have a lot of questions, but none you're gonna be able to answer. Only time will tell.
Okay.
Flop, Beric.
Kind of walked in on this, didn't have a lot of context. What was this in relation to?
We're just discussing the city council stuff that happened.
Gotcha. Okay. I guess the phrasing on the quote unquote the Bobs, understanding that they're going to be here to essentially observe. Is there anything involving, I guess, their power in a rank structure as to, I guess, their authority?
And once again, nothing is set in stone.
Yeah.
This hasn't even been signed by the state yet and pushed to legislation. But if the Bobs are just observing, then why would they have any actual authority to dictate anything?
Oh, I 100% agree. I was just more or less looking for information.
Yeah, I'd like, I guess, this is what I'm going to ask of you, Malton and Dakota. When this does get signed, if we could have a clear set of guidelines, expectations for these observers. You know, are they going to be part of criminal proceedings? Are they going to be overseeing and hearing the conversations during, you know, down in the cells? What access are they going to have on the MDT? You know, all that. If we could just get that ironed out.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
I think that was my only, I guess, burning question. Everything else seems pretty self-explanatory from what I read.
Beric or Aldo?
All my questions I already have answers to in regards to that, so no.
All right. Turner, do you still want to talk about the thing we talked about, or I'm gonna go to bed? Not.
Do you have any questions or want to go deeper into that?
No.
Okay. Then no.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go 42.
I can't talk to
Wait.
Mine's actually, I need 2 seconds, then you can go.
Go for it.
I just don't, not in front of other people.
Okay.
Okay.
You want captains only or captain seniors?
I'm out of here unless Unless Flop, do we still gotta talk about something?
No, I think we're good. Now we're good. We're good.
All right, Nakota. While you're here,
Duncan, the answer to your question essentially is the idea with the seniors approving. I said to email if you can. I guess the overall consensus is that we're gonna back off on that for now, considering because we're getting the approval for us to kind of oversee it. If there are no seniors, sort of just a no-go right now because it's more of a privilege at the moment. And to make sure that no one's obviously fucking around on them, we need somebody to actually oversee it. So
All right, that's great and all, but somebody for some reason said the opposite in a meeting. Also in the same meeting, said
who said that?
Just to ignore all of the DOJ, the new legislation as well.
Well, there's no new legislation in place. It hasn't been signed yet. It got voted on, but it hasn't been signed.
All right, Duncan. What are your gripes?
Oh no, the first thing for the motorcycle thing, that was Kit. For the just ignore this announcement, that was Viv.
Okay.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right.
Well, if there's questions about the bike thing, I'm letting you know that that's what's standing. And if anyone has a question as to who that came from, that came directly from a captain.
Yeah, thoughts.
Yeah, here.
Okay.
So.
Sounds good.
Yep, all good.
Eric, I remember I tell you look mysterious as fuck in this sunlight.
Why? It's just the sun. You see it every single day.
It kind of looked good though. I'm not gonna lie.
The sun?
I just, golden hour.
Golden hour.
Check it out. You look great.
I suppose I do. How about that? How about that?
I think I'm good. Nothing else burning for now.
Yeah, it kind of feels weird. I feel like every single day it's just like hours and hours of conversation without being able to leave the building. But
yeah, I'm actually surprised. We've been talking about riding. Do you want to ride?
I feel bad because there's cadets in you.
Are there? Oh fuck! Wait, really?
Like just like every day, yeah.
I plan on starting to take him back out tomorrow. I've been dealing with a lot of burnout with everything. Now that Captain Turner's back, the weight's been off the shoulders, so I'm looking to start taking people, luckily. But it's up to you.
I see.
I will never hold that against you if you want to take cadets out. That is absolutely.
Definitely. I'm definitely not going to. Definitely not. Actually, there's gonna be a short day, and I already don't have the mental capacity for a lot of things. So.
Okay. Up to you. Figure we could touch base, talk. I got your text. Wanted to talk to you about that. So.
Yeah, I mean it's been dealt with already.
Has it?
But yeah. We can talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk. All right.
All right. Let's go.
Have a good one, Duncan. We'll talk soon. All right, brother?
All right.
I got to give credit where credit's due. He's been better.
Duncan?
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
He's been better. I don't know what else to say, Barry.
I just think it's really funny how like Slags is like, unless anybody else needs me, I'm gonna go 42 and just instantly piping up like what?
I mean, there's some standards, right? You know how like SOPs are standard operating procedure, right? We follow them.
Yeah.
There's like a DOP, a Duncan operating procedure. Oops, sorry.
Let me ask you a question about something.
Yeah, what's up?
So, you're familiar with the laundromat robberies to some extent, right?
You know what's so crazy? I've maybe responded to only one of them. And it's not that I'm avoiding them. Every time they go off, it's when I'm in a fucking meeting. I have no idea how it happens every time without fail. But for the one time I went, I kind of got a gist of it. A little bit. What's up? I'll be
So
honest.
after one of these,
yeah, go ahead.
We caught like the people with essentially the goods,
Richie with the 9 months of
these,
damn
like,
Twitch, baby.
coins?
Thank you. Can we get some hearts in chat, please, for Richie?
And
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I essentially let Suarez somebody fall off a roof over here where Alice fell off the roof.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Dispatch 125, 1041, operating under 107.
Dispatch copies, Frankie 1041 and operating under another unit at 1834.
Damn, you just another unit.
Dispatch 10741.
Copies, Mark U 1041 at 1836.
Copy that, another unit. Mark you 1041.
Yeah, didn't call me another unit that time.
Who's calling me? Woo!
One
Gonna
guy.
scream. Hello.
One guy.
Hi, Flop. Do you happen to have a Caracara?
I do not actually have one. I don't have the money for one.
Oh. Damn, for some reason I thought you had one.
I'm gonna get one as soon as I can, but I am a broke little bitch. I'm not gonna lie. I'm poor.
How much money do you need?
I need probably about 30 grand still.
Is that including tax or not?
35 maybe. No, it wasn't including tax.
Okay, I can tell you right now, I bought a Vapid. It was
Mm-hmm.
like 45. I paid like 55 after tax.
Okay, so I'm gonna need like
So
40.
Is what, 75?
Yeah. So what? 40. I probably.
Or
Yeah.
actually, you know what? The mayor said 24% tax. So what is 24% of 75?
I feel like I should know that. I feel like that's easy math, but I didn't pass math. Eric, what's 24% of 75?
24%
You're looking at 93.
of
It's 18.
75.
It's 18. Okay.
18 in tax. So you're looking at 93,000 total.
For a fucking truck. Jesus Christ. I mean, granted, I
No,
want,
I'm
I
Bell,
want
I'm
that
not
truck more
Jesus.
than anything.
Car, I assume.
Yeah. But yeah. Hopefully next by my next paycheck I'll be able to afford one, but got a week before that. What's
All
up,
right,
chat?
well, I was going to see if I can get a Caracara to go check on some sales up north, but I'll just take my cruiser.
I got you. All good. I'm sorry. If I had one, I would have given it to you, but I do not. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
All good. All right. Well, if you need anything, let me know.
All right, we'll do. Greg scares me, so I'm going to call you.
Yep. Not a problem. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. Bell wanted a car to check something up north. I unfortunately do not have one, but my God, I'm going to do everything in my fucking power to own one of those goddamn trucks.
Yeah, we're trying to get together to buy a Taurus as well on our side. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I got
Anyway, essentially these coins from the laundromat, we caught somebody with them for like the second, third, or fourth time or something like that, and there's essentially like 2,600 of them, and I essentially had Suarez take 100 of them to see what the exchange rate was at the like coin return place.
Mm-hmm.
You think there's something wrong with that?
From an investigative purpose? Do you know that they're being used in the commission of a crime?
Well, it's what they are getting from.
Okay, so
the
fact,
crime.
we know that they're getting those coins from the laundromat, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like, I think I was just really tired at the time, and I was like, I feel like this kind of borders the line of like evidence tampering, but then after
Did they
like
plead
reading
guilty?
the definition of evidence tampering, 2 of the 3 of them did.
Okay.
Not the person that had them, which I did not think about at the time, but I don't expect anything to come of it.
Do I
to begin
think-
with? And even then,
Sorry, go ahead.
like, here's my thought process. Like, some of the coins being gone, I don't think would be that big of a deal when the majority of them are still there, especially since, like, you know, at least to me, it does not fit the bill of like evidence tampering whatsoever.
As long as you
Personally.
have documentation of the evidence and the possession of the evidence,
Yeah, which we do.
yeah, I would say that you're better off knowing that. If you fucked with the evidence and then documented it, then yeah, you'd probably at that point, maybe it could be assumed to be tampering. But
yeah,
I'm gonna be honest, as fearful as it might be to ask, I think that might be a good question to ask Turner as well. I personally don't see an issue with it, but it might be a good clarifying question because it is an investigative tool for us to try and figure out. It helps us build a dossier, essentially.
Yeah, because I was very much of the opinion like,
what's up, Chad? How we doing, dudes?
You know, just a few of these coins missing isn't really gonna change anything. Like, you know, if somebody were to ask about the coins in like a judicial proceeding or something like that, like the actual amount of them shouldn't make a difference. They weren't like charged for it or anything like that. It was like the number of the coin only has like real relevance in investigative proceedings and stuff like that. So
I gotcha. Not to shift topics, but I'm curious. What happened with the Forte situation?
From what Alice told me, he got dapped for something and a warning for something else. Essentially, what I was like recommending. Like,
If I had to guess, he got
he
daps
got
for the report.
situation.
Yeah.
Daps for the report situation, and then I think he got like essentially slapped on the wrist for the attitude shit.
Yeah, I mean, while I think none of us, I guess majority is at stake, but I think majority of shift 3 would not ever make someone clean vomit. And I'm going to be honest, regardless of this decision, I will still never make someone clean fucking vomit out of a car. However,
yeah, if I have somebody else do it, I'm going to be doing it with them.
Yeah, 100%. I'm right there. I think the part where people got stuck up on and where it drove me up the fucking wall, Barrett, was the response overall from what I understood was, well, a cadet was already cleaning it. So what's the problem? What's the problem with Forte? And I think the problem was that it wasn't that Forte said no. Yes, inherently, yes, that's a problem. Sure, I guess on paper. The problem was that we had a cadet cleaning vomit to begin with. I think that's where I got tricked up. But I guess we don't share the, I guess majority didn't share the same opinion, which, whatever, it is what it is.
Yeah. Solid.
I might call Cornwall just to check in on him.
Yeah, what's he up to?
I don't know. Let's call him.
Yeah. Howdy, Flop. Hey, give me 1 second. I'll call you back.
All good, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Bye-bye. That move by Aldo was kind of fucked up, not gonna lie. Well, the thing is that, yeah, Flop believes in the idea of empathy over everything, and like there's certain things that we should have people doing, and having creative punishment. But yeah, I don't know. I forget. Were you at? It was a brief meeting. Were you at the meeting regarding the change with the DAP policy system?
No, I was not.
It was kind of brief, but it was a really good middle ground about splitting the DAP system. Turner didn't really go into detail, but essentially what McNulty and York was the one who actually came up with the idea. McNulty just helped pitch it. So it was me, McNulty, and I was invited to kind of give my input on it. The idea with it was that if you, so for example, you intentionally hit a suspect with your car, right? 5 daps. You're intentionally using your vehicle as a weapon. That's insane, right? 5 daps, according to our DAP system. 60 days for that to fall off. The punishment you receive to deal with that for excessive use of force, if you didn't tie your left shoe and failed to follow, you know, uniform protocol or put a hat on, you were held to the same, I guess, holdover of that as it would be to essentially run someone over with your car. Same amount of time for that to drop off. So the proposal was, we need a step down system. We need essentially a staircase. Minor things, uniform stuff, 30 days. There was another clause in there too in the middle that we tried to push as well to try and add an extra layer. Captains had a lot of pushback to that. And when I was asked in the end by Turner how I felt, I said, you know, is this subject to change? He said, yes, absolutely. I said, great. I think we're stepping in the right direction. And I think we're in a good start for, I think, where it needs to be and where I think change is to happen. And not even just specifically with the DAP system, but more or less the seniors coming to the captains with genuine concern and laying it down with facts and evidence from people of General Patrol, and having the captains listen was very nice. And having a productive conversation in that regard was very nice. So just to fill you in as to what was happening at that meeting.
Yeah, it does give me hopes that they're going to be more open-minded, for sure.
Yeah, I had a long, like hour-long conversation with Richard Tips earlier. I feel bad for him. He made a little bit of a mistake today, but he got hired after the announcement went out, so he was not aware of it. So I'm not going to judge him.
What announcement?
The one about giving, you know, suspects money, shit like that. We shouldn't be giving people money. Oh, they're calling. Hey, Cornwood.
Howdy, Flap.
How you doing? How you been?
Oh hell, I'm good. I'll be honest with you. It's been kind of great.
Has it?
Yeah.
What do you got going on?
I mean, I've been able to get shit done for the first time in a while.
Like what?
Like I can run around, I can investigate shit, and I can follow up. I got a damn laundry list of shit I still got to work on. Like, I mean, it's been great. I can actually go and get, you know, I feel like I'm actually doing real police work while I'm not on duty.
I mean,
like, it's been good.
That's good. You're keeping busy at least, right?
Yeah.
Well, damn.
How's he doing?
I mean, it's look, I just go, I'm involved in shit. I see shit happen. I take photos. I investigate shit. I found out a hell of a lot of stuff about computers and Buttcoin and all this shit. And why sanitation is getting robbed.
What are you putting in your butt?
Coins.
Where is he?
Wait, what kind of coins?
So it's butt coins. I think criminals put it in their butts to make money.
Are these the fucking coins that they're getting from the laundromat?
No, they're not the same ones.
Do they become personal Pez fucking dispensers? What is going on? Where are you?
No, hell, Flop, I'm playing with you. You want me to come pick you up?
I'm in a car right now. I'm with Barrick. We were gonna come find you.
Oh shit. Okay. Meet me at City Hall.
We are on the way to City Hall.
Okay.
Awesome. See you soon.
All right, we'll see you.
Bye-bye. Yep. Is this something about butt coins?
Butt coin?
I think, like, I don't know. Theoretically, if you shove enough coins up your butt, I guess you could shoot them out like a fucking Pez dispenser.
I don't know if that's how that works.
I would imagine that's how it works.
Figured you'd know from experience.
The 1376 latest 911. 138 South on Elgin
Oh, man, that's
with
funny.
2-3 group 6.
Dude, Slack sounded tired today. He went off duty early. Was he around early today? What's up, Critical Chaos? How are you? Thanks for the follow. Will that be similar to ice cubes? No, because ice cubes melt. You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? I fucking hate it down here.
That's why I'm getting a new brain.
I'm gonna tell you, even with a new brain,
Yeah, it's still gonna suck. But
ain't gonna
hopefully
suck.
Just a little bit less. Like,
I'm gonna tell you right now, I still have plenty of migraines. It's not, you know.